Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Jessica.
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. One day late, we're okay. My name is Dana Powell.
My name is Jessica Young.
And
we are here to rant and rave.
Perfect. It only took us like 8 months.
Oh my God.
What are you doing? What's happening?
My thing is messing up. You guys, I'm messing up in life, okay?
Can we believe? Let's just take one moment to say we're a day late. Sorry, guys. Whatever.
Hey, 100% on me.
You know, life happens.
100% on me.
For the first time, maybe it's not my fault.
Shut up.
I think. I don't think it was in any way my fault. I may have played a part in it at some point.
It was not. I managed to I'm usually like the person that anyone I work with is like, Jessica, we heard it the first time, or they tell me I over explain everything. I'm usually do that to make sure there's zero miscommunication, and I couldn't have miscommunicated worse or more poorly. I also read some things as, oh, yes, that's the gospel, instead of being like, oh, did you mean ba ba ba? Because usually I will throw it back and repeat even what you've just texted and say, so does 2 p.m. tomorrow work for you?
Well, clearly I wasn't very clear either.
Oh, yeah. Brother.
Whatever. We're here now. Listen, what is the motto of 2020? We're all doing the best we can.
Yes. I have quarantine brain. I have gone from feeling sorry for myself and feeling like I don't have enough going on in life to biting off a little more than I can chew. And it's all going to be fine. But I've been feeling panic and anxiety in a way that I haven't felt in a long time. And I'm going to have to figure out how to manage myself and time better.
Well, me too. And sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes it's not our fault, you know? There was one day I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have the day. I'm just going to do school and then kind of relax. And then all of a sudden I had 4 self-tapes to do. And it's like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's no way to prepare for that, you know?
Also, you can't say, oh, I'll do that next week, or thanks for thinking of me, but I don't have time, or I'm not in the mood. It's
right. It's like, I need a job.
Yes. And you have to be in the mood for all 4 with the same amount of gusto, memorization, and effort.
Mm-hmm. The outfits, you got to change sometimes. It's a
I can't
thing.
Believe how many you had. That's a lot for a week.
Yes.
For a week.
Especially right now. Like things have been dead, but everybody wants to get up and going again, which I totally understand. We're going to have to learn how to live with this, and we won't harp on this, but there's a lot of stuff going on around the country right now where people are going in massive numbers without masks.
Yep.
I hope that our listeners are not those people. If you are, I'm sorry. I love you, but I don't like your behavior, and shame on you.
Yep.
We got to get through this.
Have you seen the South Park pandemic special yet?
Not yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Treat yourself, like real soon.
Okay.
One of these nights, if you do not have something else like pressing, you need to relax and watch this. You are going to cry laughing, and I'm not giving anything away, but there is my favorite part in the whole thing. Delivery driver is walking up to a house, and he has his mask, around his chin.
No.
Mm-hmm. Why even, my friend said this weekend, like, why even go to the effort of putting it on if you're not going to effing wear it properly?
It's the whole thing of like, you don't wear your underwear underneath your balls.
Yes. It's like psychologically, like, well, I've got it on my face, so people are going to think I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Also, the amount that I'm seeing where under the nose, it makes me insane. But this delivery driver walks up to deliver something to Randy. He's my personal favorite character.
Randy Marsh.
Owner of Tegrity Farms.
Yep. Tegrity weed.
He's delivering something to Randy, and Randy walks out without a mask. And the driver, who has his mask around his chin, goes, "Excuse me, sir." And he puts out his hand. He goes, "I'm going to need you to step back, and I'm going to need you to put on a chin diaper before you approach me."
Oh my God.
So Randy puts on his chin diaper, and then they get in close contact and exchange, hands with the package.
And then they get COVID and either die or can't hear anymore, or
I
Never,
cannot give away what happens.
never get their taste back again.
You're gonna, yeah. It's
I
please
want to
watch
see
it.
that. I want to watch that, and I also want to do. I bet some of my spooky wookie friends are doing
Oh,
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
oh, what is that?
It's a Netflix series. It's sort of like the second installment from the Haunting of Hill House people.
Oh,
Yeah, it's supposed to be creepy.
okay. See,
Tis the season.
I can do creepy and I can do spooky and I can do haunted. I can't do like massacre horror. What was that?
I think
A
I'm not.
bullfrog?
I'm not even joking. I think they're doing construction on the road right outside of my house. I'm gonna poop. This is insane. Yeah, for legit. Like there's some kind of huge trucks and barrels in front of my house. I don't know what's going on. I didn't get a notice.
Guess what? People, you're gonna have to put it on a faster speed and it'll help
It's fine.
get rid of
I'll
the
do the
noises.
best I can to get rid of noises, but
I don't hear it.
okay, good. But also, I'll just tell you, y'all, we're lucky. We're getting an episode this week the way Jessica and I've been going.
Oh man, oh man.
How are you? You're well?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Just
good.
crazy as ever.
I actually saw a couple of people this weekend.
Nice.
So I went through that entire, it was for outside drinks and a little noshing with our friend Thomas and my other friend Jen. She's my commercial agent.
Nice.
So we went over there. So it was on Saturday, the entire day of me like freaking out of like, what am I going to wear? I haven't showered in days. It's kind of chilly out. I am a weirdo and I'm getting ready to meet her husband. And you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so I had all of this anxiety. And then of course I ended up having an absolutely lovely time. It was wonderful. But, and that made me miss people.
Yeah.
But now I'm back. Oh, I can't wait to like, maybe I'll pop a bottle of Tuesday night Prosecco and watch Hamilton again. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows? The world is my oyster. Also, can I just real quick, Jessica?
Yes.
If you don't mind, and I know I've mentioned this before, there aren't enough mentionings of it. I want to say to all of you out there who are single parents, man, woman, whatever, don't care. If you are a single parent, shared custody, doesn't matter to me. My husband works a lot. We don't ever see him. My nanny, which I'm very lucky to have, she's our friend. I mean, she's been with us since he was 3, right? So she has been doing school, which has enabled me to keep doing my career, to keep doing our podcast, to keep my house manically clean, right? She had emergency gallbladder surgery 2 weeks ago. So I've been without. And I swear, how many times have I texted you or talked to you and said, Jessica, I'm so tired.
I also love your honesty for it. Okay.
I mean, I realize there are people with multiple kids. Like, apparently I wasn't cut out for it because I'm telling you what, you get up at the crack of dawn to make sure your kid gets breakfast. They get up, they get ready for your Zoom school. My kid's still young, so I have to sit and do Zoom school. Again, still don't know how to do the math. Like, you know, if there are 25 hula hoops in a column, which row equals fuzz? I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it, right? So we're doing all of that. And I'm also trying to manage his emotions because it does get frustrating sometimes for him. And he's not seeing anybody but me at this point. So I'm sure he's going crazy. So then school's over and it's like rush to try between breaks in school. I'm trying to prepare for whatever work I have. So he gets a little break and I run around like a crazy person. And then after school, I'm finishing up, running errands, doing whatever I have to do, get the kid dinner, get him in the shower, get him ready for night on time. Like, I'm telling you, single parents, you are our heroes and you are underappreciated or maybe just under celebrated. Let me just say that. Okay.
Absolutely.
And, you know, teachers, all of you. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't consider myself like a pretty princess. You know, I would put myself through college. I worked 91 hours a week to pay so I wouldn't have school debts, right? Like, I'm used to working hard. Single parents, you guys got me whooped. You got me whooped big time. And also for parents out there that one spouse, you know, holds down the main job or works more hours or whatever. It is not easy. Who run the world? the person at home. That's who run the world. So anyway, shout out to anybody doing it on their own, not having family nearby. Like it's not easy. And I am very blessed and lucky, non-sarcastically blessed and lucky to have a lot of good and wonderful things in my life, and that enable me to kind of have things a little bit easier, and it's still hard. So anyway, so much kudos to you guys. Just know that there are people who know what you're doing, and your children, they will know. They will understand.
Absolutely.
So
I've
anyway,
still yet to find anyone truly, regardless of their circumstances. I think I truly know one exception to this that is not stressed or completely exhausted.
Yeah.
Especially if they have children and they're doing Zoom school and trying to work or do anything else. I can't even imagine.
I messaged his teacher yesterday and said, I'm sorry, I don't think myself or my son can handle art today. I'm really sorry. I said, because first of all, the art teacher, she talks about paintings and how they emotionally make you feel by the colors for like 40 minutes. They're 8, you guys. They don't want it. Okay. And then the list for yesterday's art project was like 3 pieces of construction paper this size, a stapler, a piece of tape. And I was like, nope, I'm out. Canceled it. I canceled it. I couldn't. But here's what I want to say, guys. Even though the world's going to shit and we're all losing our minds, there's still some pretty cute stuff out there. Okay. And I just want to remind you, keep holding on, guys. Keep holding on, guys. We're going to make it. Okay. And I'm going to share this video. You guys know I'm obsessed with TikTok, right? And this is at the Pam Quinn, and I'm obsessed with her and her doggy. She's a singer. She has a lovely voice. She's very funny, whatever. But the dog steals the show. Okay. So Jessica, I don't know if you will be able. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. I'm going to play this for us because I want you guys. This song is for all of us. Okay.
Okay.
You're not supposed to come in that early. You're supposed to come in nothing more to say, nothing more to do. Yeah, you're coming in way too early. Let's try it again. Too early. Too early. Keep holding on, 'cause you know we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Just stay strong, 'cause you know I'm here for you. I'm here for you. There's nothing you can say, nothing you can do. Come strong. Keep holding on. Very good. Finally.
Oh my God.
Keep holding on, guys. Keep holding on. Also follow at the Pam Quinn because that doggy loves to sing.
Oh my God. I love it.
And some of the videos, like he can't stop singing. Some of them he comes in too early. Some of them he's just, it's just the right amount of, I needed that.
So cute. That's very kismet because this weekend I saw a couple of videos and I text his mom, little Dominic, our friend's child, has been playing the harmonica a lot. And when he does it, his dog howls along like in harmony. And it's kind of the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, do they have a TikTok?
No, but they should.
They should, because that's exactly the kind of things I want to follow. Okay. Yep. Super into Dogface on the skateboard with his cranberry juice. Very happy. Did I immediately text you when he got the truck from Ocean?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I just text Jessica, and I know she doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I'll go,
I love it.
2 of my favorite TikTok stars just met. Oh my God. I'm also into this guy on TikTok, but you can find him on Instagram too. And actually BuzzFeed profiled him, the guy that's going out on the New York subway and drawing people's portraits in their masks and giving them to them.
Oh,
it's incredible.
I love that.
He's like the new Banksy. I mean, except he's not a secret. He's like, I drew this for you. And people are like, what? Some people are like, first of all, that's weird. Second of all, you're incredible. Like he's just so good. Anyway, that's some of social media. I still haven't watched The Social Dilemma because I'm petrified, but there's a dark side to this social media, guys. But if you build your TikTok right, like I have, it is only happiness and beauty.
I don't think you personally will be as shocked by that movie as people who are not involved in social media for a living
Yeah.
or are aware of like analytics and how all that stuff works. I think you have a pretty good idea of how that works. So I don't think you'll be shocked by any of it.
It's so crazy, isn't it? I actually said to a friend of mine, I've talked to you guys about, I act like they're all sitting at my table with us because that's how I feel, to be honest. But anyway, I've talked on the show about how I've had this like super nervous, weird thing with Facebook lately.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed I'm not posting on Facebook as much anymore?
I mean, I'm not really either.
And I don't go to it. And I haven't checked my messages, like my private DMs and stuff.
Mhm.
I just keep getting this. I don't know what it is. And I was talking to a friend of ours about it the other day. And he's like, yeah, I'm still on there because, I need a career. And I was like, no, I get it. It is part of our job, but I don't always love it.
Of course.
But I love Instagram more because it's mainly just pictures,
There's exceptions to everything, but unless it's like somebody who has an insane following that gets thousands of replies, which turn into opening Pandora's box because people start trolling or just being insanely rude.
Yeah.
It's usually, at least for the most part, pretty pleasant and pictures and things that make you happy. So
we had a fun social media week last week when you posted that picture of the mustard I said I'd eat.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because I have never been more disappointed in our listeners. Yeah, I said it.
Whatever. Some of us are team eat it and some of us are team, oh, I'm a baby.
There was, I think a lot more people on team eat it, and I am not down for that. I'm so shocked. Okay.
Okay, but what did I say, Jessica? You know what we are? We're survivors. I'm a fucking cockroach. I will outlive anyone.
Oh my God.
I may not, while I have the choice, yes, I'm a picky eater. There's a lot of things I don't like, but I'll tell you that hunger drive kicks in. I will eat grass. I don't care.
Also, if you follow us on social media, you could see the difference between Dana and I when we just take a walk around our neighborhood. It's quite vast, and I suggest you check it out.
You are a crazy person. I also said this on our social media. You're beautiful. Those eyes, that beautiful thick hair, you're gorgeous. I just happened to have a meeting that day and looked nice. So I stopped in not my neighborhood, in front of not my house, with not my decorations, and made my son take a picture with me because I happen to look nice. That's weird.
I am not fishing for compliments. You looked gorgeous. Okay.
Thank you, Jessica.
And you do 99% of the time.
That is not true. I don't know how you're staring at my face right this very second and saying that. Do you not feel your skin burning where God's like, Jessica, lightning's coming? Stop lying to her face.
You are nuts. You're nuts. Thank God I have some shitty half-assed fluorescent LED bulb blaring on here so you don't see my mask knee.
Oh, can we talk about mask knee? Look it.
Sure.
I know listeners can't see it, but Jessica, you can. Mask knee.
Major. All around my nose and all around
mouth, which is
where
horrible.
a goatee would be if I was, growing my facial hair on purpose.
But also, as women, hormonal breakouts happen in that area. Totally. So now we have hormonal mask knee. It's just the worst.
I didn't realize why it was, because I was like, I haven't had it at all. But now, especially, I have been in some situations, either for work or when I've been around people, or you're indoors longer than you planned on. And it's not like just throwing on a mask for 5 minutes to go get mail or something. And I'm like, oh, I don't know why I'm doing this with hands.
Stop it. It looks like...
It's gross. I know. It looked like I was making a dental dam or something. Okay.
Very cunnilingus-y.
I'm really going off the rails. It's from all the condensation and moisture. Yeah. I think it's just like, it's like a little garden cloche, right? If you were to make a terrarium, and it creates its own humidity.
Don't turn something beautiful into the nastiness of my face.
Wow. My face is more like a Venus flytrap these days.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, should we go ahead and get into our rants? We have a little bit. Oh, wait, we should tell everybody how to get a hold of us.
Oh, yeah. So you guys, please continue to do your due diligence. And if you are on social media, make sure you give us a follow and a peek. You can find us at the Rants and Raves podcast on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at raves_the. You can email us at the Rants and Raves podcast at gmail.com. Or you can hit the contact button on our website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Subscribe, rate, review, tell your friends, whatever. We're all trying to get through this together.
Indeed. And thank you to our listeners who have sent new people our way, because I always think it's so neat when people write into us and tell us, oh, so-and-so that you know, or that was already listening, recommended you and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
we're getting to know people
awesome.
through people, and it's very cool. Much
And
appreciated.
Also, we've had a lot of people writing to us lately and sending us really beautiful, like encouraging, keep on doing it. And sometimes we need that too. We enjoy doing this, but it is work.
Right?
It is work. And so it really does help us
Yes.
find the energy to go, okay, well, this isn't, because it's not just for us. It's for you guys too. That's why we want you to be involved.
Exactly.
So thank you. Jessica, does this need any explanation? Should we explain?
I don't
This is
think
because this is a listener rant.
Yes.
But-
We've split it into two parts. Dana's going to read the first half and we'll discuss, and then I'm going to read the second half.
Yes, because this is from a listener and it was long, so we split it up between us, but it's good.
It's great.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and start. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Hey, ladies. I love your show and have been listening ever since I heard Dana talk about it when she was on the Good Place podcast. That is so awesome, by the way. Thank you very, very much. I love it. When I read that, I was like, I got butterflies in my tummy. It made me so happy. So thank you. I have to say your entire show is great, but I most especially love the rant section of it. That's a popular opinion.
Is this Kate writing in again under
Kate?
The guise of someone else?
My little red-haired friend Kate, is this you? Are you still listening? We're only 20 minutes in. Are you still in? She's going to listen at work and lose her mind. Okay. I've been thinking of submitting a rant for quite a while, but it's a hard one to narrow down. I have worked in an office environment my whole adult life, almost 25 years now. Kudos to you. That's not easy. Working in an open concept cubicle space sure does present its challenges when you're a person that, if I'm being honest, should be kept behind a closed door. LOL. I think that's me too. I probably should be kept behind closed doors. You see, here's the problem. I get irritated by what I think is lack of common courtesy, but I'm not bold enough to speak up about it. All right. I may need to make a trip. And be somebody's work buddy for a day. I'll tell them all. I don't like confrontation or awkward situations. Maybe people don't realize they're being annoying, inconsiderate, or just plain selfish in a group environment. It is likely that most people will not relate to these right now, given that a ton of people are working remotely, but I'm an essential worker in healthcare admin. I have not had to or been able to work from home. Got it. Here are my top office-related rants. So many of us are going to relate to these. Using speakerphone in a cubicle, or if you are privileged enough to have an office door you can shut, leaving said door open when you're taking a call on speakerphone. What are you trying to prove? That you are so much busier and important than the rest of us? No, you aren't. Stop it! All caps. All caps. Wearing flip-flop type sandals in an office. Great. You want to show off your pedicure, but do you have to wear a shoe that smacks when you walk? No, you don't. Stop it! All caps. Plus, feet are gross, right, Dana? Absolutely. I got things to say about that. And then repetitive noises. Your gel nails are so cute, but the noise they make when you are clacking away on your keyboard drives me straight up the wall. Not to mention that pin you're clicking repetitively or the one you are tapping along to the song in your head. Stop it! Okay, so that's the first half. Let's get back here. I'm sorry, but if you have an office that you can close the door to and you still talk on speakerphone with that door open, somebody should spank you. I don't believe in hitting children. I'm not a spare the rod, spoil the child kind of person, but I will full-blown agree that an adult should be spanked. They need a whooping If they're going to talk on their speakerphone in an office, shame on you. I'm not important enough to get a door, and you're going to put in my face that you have one and you don't want to use it?
Yes. It's so obnoxious. And I'm sorry, that is an intentional choice. I'm the kind of person who's always like, oops, I'm going to step in here and shut the door and be a little discreet. Or I don't know, step outside so I'm not in a room of 30 people. It's crazy when people do that.
Work related. People are all trying to do their own work. Your work's not more important than mine right now. Because if I
No.
don't do my work and then I go to you, probably my boss or a higher up person and go, sorry, I couldn't concentrate because Bethany had her door open. She was on speakerphone. Is that what you want?
It is very distracting for people too, right? Do you want to hear
is.
someone when you're trying to make
You're
a phone
trying
call
to do
yourself and keep your voice down?
Right? You can't do it. It's so stinking rude. And it is true. It's like, what are you trying to prove? You clearly want everyone to hear this conversation. Why? Why?
I don't know, but I worked for someone who only spoke on speakerphone, and it really drove me insane, including where they would push the line on the phone and it would do the duh, 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 really loud, and then they would dial the phone and it
Boop,
sounds
boop,
like
boop, boop. Yeah, no.
it's like, and sometimes if this person did pick up the phone, it's like, why couldn't you have picked up the phone before you started dialing instead of
Yeah.
everyone else and customers being around and looking what's going on?
Yeah, it's awful.
So rude.
Then let's move on to the second bullet point, which is wearing flip-flop type sand. Well, we all know how I feel about feet in the first place. And I'm sorry, but that noise, that smack she's talking about.
So bad.
Actually, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Did I?
It is a lady.
It is? Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't want to just assume. But anyway, in my opinion, everybody they should be super glued to their heels. Nobody needs that smack.
And unless you work at the Ron John Surf Shack in Panama City, Florida, you don't need to be wearing flip-flops to work.
Can I tell you, there is a flip-flop problem in the Midwest. I get wanting to be comfortable. Let me tell you something.
At home, the pool or the lake.
You tell me why a flip-flop is comfortable. There's no support. There's no arch support. It flips off your foot. It's got that V-shaped thing that goes between your toes. That's not comfortable. You tell me what about it is comfortable. But they say back home, oh, it's so comfortable. It'll be 62 degrees and they'll be wearing flip-flops. I don't get it. To me, that is bone cold. I'm sorry. I've acclimated to California, but come on. Nobody need to be wearing a flip-flop when it is that cold.
No.
Okay? Because someday you're going to get old and be cold all the time. Yes. And you're going to be like, it might just be because you trained your feet to be cold constantly by wearing nasty ass shoes that nobody wanted to see and then smickety smacking your way through the office.
Alan gets really angry at how it sounds when I walk, especially in flip-flops, because he says I drag my feet. Mm-hmm. But when I do it in flip-flops, you hear and he gets real incensed. Okay?
I do not blame him at all.
But also, I don't wear them out and about in public. Like, I think that's so gross. You're a grown-up and you're going to dinner. You can have the decency to at least put on a sneaker. How about that?
Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's got rhinestones on it. Okay? Your foot is still naked.
It's gross. And nobody wants to look at your feet.
Nobody does.
Especially a dude, because most of y'all are not taking good care of your toes.
And if I'm in an office working, I probably don't want to be there anyway. So any noise that's the least bit irritating is times 100, right?
100%. 100%.
Which gets us back to repetitive noises. Now, I might just be a jerk because I go the extra mile of if somebody's shaking their foot or pounding on something.
What do?
I can't handle it, and I will put my hand on their body.
I will
stop them. I have done that multiple times. And then I realize it's a jerk move. So then I try to turn it into caring and go, are you okay? But really what I mean is you better stop before I chop that off.
I love that you say, are you okay?
I mean, I have taken a pin from Dan Tipton and thrown it on the floor before because he will clickety click it. Or at meetings, I will slide like we did when we were buying our house, he was clickety clicking a pin and I just slid my hand over and put it on his hands like we were holding hands. And then I took the pin away and slowly slid back to me.
Did he notice?
Of course he did. He was not happy with me. And I was like, well, then learn to stop clicking it.
Oh my
Because
God.
people don't realize when they're doing that. And
I
that's the
know.
thing. Like, you have fidget cubes. I do understand the need for stuff like that. But if
Sure.
it makes a noise, I can't do it.
Get yourself a fidget spinner. Okay.
Well, those have gone, they're out of style.
No, I know.
Nobody wants to use them anymore because the people who need them get bored with things quickly.
But you know what? That nail noise she's talking about, I get it. It's like, it seems so dated, like a lady with press-on fingernails doing that clickety-clacking on the
It's the
typewriter.
same when those nails hit a phone screen. We all have touch phone screens now, and it's that
You
my
can
nails
hear
aren't
it.
long, but it's like that.
Yep.
Yeah. My
Hate that.
mom, God rest her soul, Mama, we're just here to have a good time. She literally bought a pack of styluses.
She did.
How do you plural stylus for her phone because she refused to cut her nails.
Amazing.
Isn't that hilarious? I can't stand long nails anymore. Look, I look like a 4-year-old.
Same.
I can't handle it because even then,
that's long for me.
Yes, it would be for me too. We keep ours real neat and quick. I don't like to think about what's collecting under there. We've talked about that before. I won't gross anybody out.
Well, I'll tell you what, COVID made me want to go back to nail biting. And then I remembered, oh, that's part of what could give me COVID. So let's not do that.
Yeah, it's real yucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, those were the 3 bullet points. I couldn't be more on this listener's side.
Yes, this is phenomenal. And we are going to continue with this. Here we are for the continuation of this rant. I'm dry heaving just thinking about this. Heating up stinky food in the microwave and or leaving a mess in there. Just stop it. It's a shareable appliance and you are a grown-up. Okay. It's going to be hard not to go right into that. Snarky comments on the food I'm eating. Most days I will use my lunch hour to run errands so I can go straight home after work. On such days, I eat my lunch at my desk while I work. Listen, I eat pretty decently most of the time. Bring leftovers from last night's supper to reheat for lunch. Oh, she's getting to my point. Never fish. LOL. Sister, you couldn't be more right. I have a huge problem with a coworker that used to bring fish on a weekly basis.
It so stinks.
Or I will make a salad or a sandwich or whatever. Generally good for me. Nutritious items. But when I decide that I deserve or want fast food, do not come over to my desk and make loud comments about it. Oh, fast food again, eh? Must be nice. I can't eat that stuff. It's so fatty. Ugh. It makes me so bloated. I just feel so gross after eating it, etc., etc. I am not stupid. I know it is not good for me, but when I want a treat, what gives you the right to comment?
None of your business.
None. Why do you feel the need to do it? Stop it. Women have a hard enough time with body image. We need to support one another and just shut the hell up sometimes. I had a hankering for a cruller one day out while running errands. I had to eat the whole thing in my car at the back of the parking lot like a crack whore getting a fix down a dark alley rather than eat it leisurely at my desk in the afternoon with a nice cup of tea just so I wouldn't hear about it. Oh.
That hurts my heart.
Yes.
You want to enjoy that cruller.
She doesn't have to sit in her car and eat it in shame so some coworker doesn't make some snide comment.
No, I hate that. I hate that for her. And guess what? You're in your car. You're not comfortable. You probably don't have anywhere to catch all the glaze that's coming off so you can lick all that up.
Okay.
Like, let her eat that cruller in peace. Don't look at her. Don't talk to her. Don't say, I wish I could have it. You could.
Yep.
You can have whatever you want. You choose not to have it. So don't discuss it with me because clearly I chose different. Okay? We are on opposite sides and I don't need your feedback.
This is another thing. Now, we can't tell or expect people what to bring to work or to eat, but I'd like to think, and I have the same amount of courtesy for a fellow citizen in an office environment as I do on an airplane. First of all, I would never eat a filet of fish. Okay, not my jam. But if I did, and I love tuna. I'm not going to bring a tuna sandwich on the plane after it's been sitting maybe for an hour or two on refrigerant. No.
Yeah.
So the fact that people are not conscious of that, I think there's nothing more disgusting, whether it's in a retail store or an office, when that smell of food is wafting throughout, unless somebody just made homemade cinnamon rolls,
Right.
ain't nobody want to smell that.
Mm-mm.
I don't care
Mm-mm.
how good your leftovers are or were, not interested, right?
Mm-mm.
And I worked with somebody who always made fish, and so help me God, it permeated. And this was a giant space. It permeated. Like the minute you walked in, you're like, oh, it was like the Kentucky Fried Movie when the lady walks in and goes, oh, fish for dinner last night.
Ugh. First of all, what the heck is the Kentucky Fried Movie?
Okay, it needs to go on the list.
Okay.
Please watch it with Dan Tipton. I am going to bet my life that he not only knows it,
Uh-huh.
that he loves it as much as I do. I'd like to think that he is keen on that kind of humor too. It's like pre-Airplane. It's a lot of slapstick. It's some of it maybe wouldn't fly these days. It's been
Uh-huh.
a minute.
Uh-huh.
There might be some stuff that's a little questionable. I'm not sure, but it
Yeah.
sure is funny. The Kentucky Fried
boy.
Movie. I think the Zucker brothers did it, and they're the ones who did Airplane and Naked Gun, I believe.
Oh, okay.
You gotta see it. Oh my God. There's like, it's like a parody commercial for something, and 3 different women walk into a home that clearly smells like shit. And the first lady goes, fish for dinner last night? And then another woman says, oh, is Harry still smoking those damn cigars? And then the last one is, did a cow shit in here?
Oh, Lord. That escalated.
Please watch it. Everybody, please watch it.
I feel like normally I would make fun of you, but I actually quoted CPU this weekend. You know that movie with Jon Favreau and I think David Spade. It used to play on Comedy Central all the time because I could not remember Jon Favreau's name, and I was like, "Come on, actor turned director, huge. Blow me where the Pampers are." And everybody knew then. They were like, "Oh, Favreau." Of all the stuff that man has done in his career, and that's the thing that we're like, right, blow me where the Pampers are.
It's amazing.
Anyway, off track.
No, seriously, I'm going to finish up this letter from our lovely listener, but seriously, nobody should feel bad about what they're eating. And I'm telling you, I feel you. The office that I was at before COVID, I'm telling you, it didn't matter if I brought half a turkey sandwich or I just ran, somewhere to pick up lunch and brought it in. Every nosy Parker would saunter over to my desk and look over, oh, what'd you get? Or somebody would yell it across the office. I'm like, I always try to come in, keep my head down. I don't need you to make an announcement that I'm here, draw any attention to me.
But
like at work, I'm very weird. I'm not the big gregarious person that I am in real life. I'm usually like, hello, just please leave me alone, and you don't need to call any additional attention to me. But there were some people that on a weekly basis literally leaned over the wall.
Thing. Yeah.
Ooh, what is that? Ooh.
That's the thing too. They will look straight at you and what you're eating and go, oh, what's that?
And then sometimes there is too many questions, or then, yes, I've also worked with people who gave their opinion that I never asked for.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry.
Or they tell you every medical problem they have. Like, I can't eat that. I'm lactose intolerant, and I also have celiac disease. I'll have diarrhea down my legs if I eat that. It's like there's no good reason to talk about any of it. Go away.
No.
Please show me pictures of your grandchildren first. That's harmless.
Exactly.
I can't.
We feel you on every one of these fronts. Okay, to wrap this up, she said, wow, even just typing all that out has made me feel great. It was really long. Thanks for reading to the end, if you made it this far. Sorry if these have already been ranted about. Keep up the great work. Thanks for the podcast. Thanks for continuing to do it through this frightening pandemic, through the chaos of wildfires in your state, through difficult and emotional times in your personal lives. I look forward to hearing you guys every week. I love the format, and when you guys go off topic and circle back, it's always fun.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you. I really did love reading that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Sometimes I think we have to rename our podcast just Off Track. Just we're no longer the Rants and Raves podcast. We're just called Off Track.
Oh my God. It feels like you two are just a couple of friends who stopped by for a chat and a glass of wine.
Oh, I love that.
That is so lovely. And seriously, that's like the greatest compliment we could get.
Yes.
Sending love from New Brunswick, Canada. Stay safe.
Aw, thanks, Canada.
Yes. Shout
I
out
love
to
it.
my fellow Canadian.
That's right.
I
I
love it.
feel like I have tons of Canadians in my life. It's like Bostonians and Canadians for me. For some reason, I'm just drawn to them.
Then you
Isn't
would
that
have,
weird?
well, you don't like seafood. I was going to say you would have loved the restaurant Little Fork. May it rest in peace. It's no longer around, but it was a combination of food from Boston up the New England coast and ending in Montreal with their smoked meat.
Oh my. And they are also the ones that are famous for one of our biggest fights, poutine.
You know what? The day will come when we are doing something in public again, and I'm going to find one of those outdoor movies where they have 20 food trucks and it's so overwhelming you don't know what to pick. And I'm going to stalk them because there's like 3 different events that'll do the outdoor movies. I'm going to find the one that has a poutine truck because there is a poutine truck.
Okay, but I'm still convinced there's duck fat somewhere there.
Never.
I don't know where I got that.
Also, I know you're not from Wisconsin, but have you ever had like cheese curds from Wisconsin?
Not from Wisconsin. I've had them in Vegas.
Because they have fried cheese curds at one of the trucks, and man, is it good.
Oh, that's yums.
Yep.
Holy
I'm telling
cow.
you, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm certain that you love gravy. No?
Yeah, I love gravy.
Okay. And you love French fries and potatoes. Yes?
Absolutely, yes.
Then you love poutine. End of story.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to eat it and see. You know what else? I don't know why. This is such a tangent. I shouldn't even say it, but it still makes me giggle. And this is how immature I am. So, like, one of our mutual friends, Julie Brister, who actually, I believe I've talked about her on the show before. Anyway, she's a very, very funny woman, comedian, actress here in Los Angeles. We used to perform with her, whatever. Anyway, she posted a cookie that said WAP. Yes. Worship and praise. And so I sent it to a girlfriend of mine, a Christian girlfriend of mine. And I was like, ha ha ha. And she was like, oh, is that not what it really means? Like just joking around. And I wrote back, no, it really stands for wet ass poutine. And we started laughing so hard because I said, that sounds more disgusting than pussy.
Okay.
And like, whatever, vagina is not disgusting, but to say wet ass pussy is a little crude, right? But wet ass pussy sounds even worse.
Stop. I need you to stop everything. And I need you to immediately, because I know you know someone who knows him, you will reach out to Weird Al Yankovic and tell him you have the title of his next parody. The timing couldn't be more perfect, Dana.
Wet ass poutine.
Strike it while it's hot.
We laughed about that for way too long, and then now I'm laughing about it again and forced in a story.
Put that gravy on top. That's some wet ass poutine.
Jessica, just dance. She's dancing, you guys.
Thank God nobody can see me attempt to twerk. Oh my God. That's some wet ass poutine. No, that's gonna really ring in my head for a while. I am down for that. Really rolls off the tongue.
Well, if there's no duck fat in it, I will gobble that wet ass poutine right up.
Oh boy, especially now that I know one of our dear friends' mothers is a new listener, I'm sure.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Be some pearl clutching. Hey, everybody, you know what you're getting into with this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not animals, but we're also not prudes. Okay.
Most of the time I'm on good behavior, but you know, it's just like us having drinks together right now, guys.
I know. That's some wet ass poutine. You legit made my week with that. By the way. Oh, Lordy.
Well, that brings us to corners.
Oh, yeah, let's take a cleansing breath. Let's take a wet ass cleansing breath.
Wet ass cleansing breath. That's horrible.
So gross.
It sounds like our lungs are filling with fluid. Okay. So we like to take a cleansing breath. We get ourselves wound up. We yell about these stupid things that in the overall big scheme of things, we know don't matter right now. There's so many other burning things happening in the world. However, it gives us a sense of normalcy, a little bit of tongue in cheek. So we're going to take a cleansing breath. Please do it with us. Please, please, please. You can scream it out if you're by yourself and you want to. You'll feel so much better. So let's take a deep breath. And
I just took a second one.
oh man, that's nice. Sometimes when we do that, I imagine I'm getting a head massage.
Oh, I wish.
Ugh.
That's what I miss the most of going to a hair salon is getting my
know.
head shampooed. If I could just pay someone to shampoo my hair for 30 minutes,
Oh my God, I
I'd
just
be
thought
golden.
of this. Yesterday, I was like, I wonder if you can have a shampoo party where like 3 of your girlfriends come over and you
Oh
just
my
give
God.
each other head massages and wash your hair. Because God knows I don't want to wash my hair anyway. Somebody else could do it and give me a
Yes.
massage. I'll repay the favor.
That would be amazing.
Is that safe? It's probably not safe to do a shampoo party.
6 feet, and you could have like a basin. Bring your own basin.
Bring your own basin. And then I'll go to the dollar store and get those clamps that help you reach things that are high.
Oh my God.
Get one for each hand. Will be like Edward Clampy hands. Give each other
Edward Clampy hands.
shampoo party.
God.
Ooh, I'm on to something. I'm
I
gonna
want
buy
it.
I'm gonna
I
buy
want
a
it.
truck. I'm gonna buy a truck. Have a shampoo truck. All right. I'm first up with corners. I'm very excited to see if we are on the same side of this. This is brilliant or crazy corner.
From Professor Dana.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to. This is from the Mirror. This was written by Courtney Pouchin. Pouchin. You're a great writer, Courtney. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I butchered your name. Oh, you wrote it with Sophie Roberts. So whatever. If I get one name right, we're okay, right? From the Mirror. Half Christmas trees exist for people who can't be bothered to decorate the back.
Maybe
Jessica, don't make a face. Don't talk.
No, I'm just saying maybe that's why they split writing the article in half.
Oh, interesting.
That was a bad pun.
Interesting joke, Moye.
Go on.
Just teasing. If you love getting the Christmas tree out but hate the hassle of decorating around the back of it, this could be the perfect thing for you.
Ooh.
Halloween hasn't even arrived yet, but we're already thinking ahead to Christmas. I legit on Instagram just saw somebody post a picture of a Santa elbow bumping a child. It is not even Halloween.
No.
Anyway, that's a different thing. But there's one thing that we're not particularly looking forward to. Decorating the back of the Christmas tree. It might be lazy of us, but stringing the lights all the way around and hanging baubles in places where no one can even see them just doesn't seem worth the hassle. Thankfully, it seems there's a way we can all forego the faff. Is that a word? That's British, huh? F-A-F-F. We can all forego the faff this year.
Interesting.
According to the publication The Daily Star, you can now buy half Christmas trees. Now, when I first read that, I was like, I'm not sure what that means exactly. Like they're just short. I don't get it. The festive furs would be ideal for homes that are a little on the small side and look great pushed up against a wall. High-end stores like, I can't say it, Jessica, Hammacher Schlemmer.
Hammacher Schlemmer. I mean, I don't know that I'm doing the best job. Yep.
And Balsam Hill are stocking the half trees, but you can get them on a budget too. So now let me clarify for you, and we'll post a picture of this. The half tree, it's like you slice the tree from top to bottom down the middle. So that it can lay flat against a wall and you don't have to decorate the back. Let's see. You can get it on a budget. You can get them on eBay, and Christmas Tree World are selling the Christmas trees for less than 50 pounds. The very one, which is like a specific brand, is $39.99. The product description reads, this may look like a regular Christmas tree, but it's been cleverly designed so that one side is completely flat. So no matter how limited your space might be, you and your family can still enjoy the magic of having a tree in your home. Standing at an impressive 6 foot tall, pretty good, and featuring 511 tips For a
Well,
lush look, you can stand it flat against the wall to save on valuable floor space. It also means you don't have to worry about any of your favorite decorations being out of sight at the back.
yes.
The website adds it comes complete with a folding metal stand, and its hinged branches mean it's easier to get into the loft or garage when the festive season is over. So for me, that's usually mid-February. The product has been rated 4 stars on the website, and shoppers have left a number of rave reviews. One person said, I bought this Christmas tree as my old one didn't fit in my new home. It was so big and I needed something that didn't take up too much space. This tree is perfect. It's nice and bushy, and as it's half a tree, it goes up the wall so it looks great without sticking out too far. It takes half the time to get it up and ready, and I'm really happy with it. Another said, I bought this a week ago. I'm so pleased. It looks just like a full tree. Perfect tree, fits in my small room in the corner. Once the decorations are on it, it looks great. Okay, what are your thoughts, Jessica?
Now, in olden times, I would have been very much against the idea of this.
Mhm,
I literally immediately thought of you because I
mhm.
thought you would think it's neat.
Yep.
I think it's neat.
Yeah.
You put your tree in a corner the same way we put a tree in a corner.
Yep.
And look, if you have a beautiful atrium or a
Right.
big living room and you have room for a full big tree, more power to you. I think it
By
is the
all
most
means.
beautiful thing.
Yes.
But I really do think this is brilliant because most people, even I find a lot of people that do have a larger space or home, still put their tree in a corner. It's not
Mhm.
usually, I mean, if you really have a grand house, you might even have multiple trees, right?
Right, right.
Most people have it in the corner. And my biggest thing is, when you have favorite ornaments or decorations, you don't want to I don't want it in the back. I want to be able to see it.
Right.
And a
Mhm.
lot of people just decorate the front. So it's like, why do you have to waste the time with the lights and everything else when it's all
All
going
the
to be
way
seen in the
around.
front?
Yeah. I agree. I
Right?
think it's actually brilliant. I live
I
in a
do
house
too.
the size of a postage stamp. Like I need every spare inch I can get, right? But I love having a tree. And so like
Yes.
there were years that I was like, it just doesn't feel worth it, especially if we were going to travel. But this would be so easy. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to compromise by getting like one of those little plug-in, the light up, what do you call
Yeah.
them?
Like a
Optic.
fiber optic. Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And I do love it, but it wasn't the same as having my ornaments out and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now let me tell you the kind of people who wouldn't want that. My mother. And here's why. First of all, my mom hated decorating the Christmas tree.
Oh.
Sometimes I feel like it's the only reason she had children because she loved decoration, but she didn't want to put it up. So somewhere in life, she decided, well, she told us, but it was a self-diagnosis that she was allergic to Christmas ornaments. Something in the
Stop
fake
it.
snow.
Stop it.
So she never had to decorate because it would make her itch. And we were all like, baloney.
I
But
can't.
it's our mom. What are we going to do? Go, you're lying, you know? And then on top of it, Jessica,
God, it's brilliant.
again, rest in peace, mama. I know you're listening and you're going to be like,
Brilliant.
Dana Renee.
It's brilliant.
We had ornaments. So my mom did this really cool thing. She would buy us a new ornament every year
I love that.
so that when we grew up and got on our own, we would have a fully decorated Christmas tree,
Yeah.
right? But I had some ornaments that I made by hand in preschool when I was 4. And they're little paper cups that we turned upside down and put a string with a knot through. And we cut the edges like little fringe and we decorated with glitter, right? That's from like
Cute.
preschool. Oh, not to my mama. She would be like, put that at the back of the tree. If I had a popsicle stick sled with my picture on it that I made at school for Christmas and it was a bad picture year, put it at the back of the tree. I'm not even kidding.
She wanted nothing more than silver bells and
She
golden
wanted
balls, right?
perfect beauty, not this preschool crap.
Oh my God, this is so amazing.
So that wouldn't have worked for my mom. My mom had to hide all the ugly at the back of the tree.
It's hilarious.
She wanted me to throw them away. I was like,
No, those are the most special ones. I love if anybody has anything that their parents say. You can't save everything. Your kid
Right.
makes, whether they're an artist or not, hundreds of things over the years.
Well,
But those
listen,
special
you
little
shouldn't save everything. Some of us might. Some of us might buy a box every year that we put every school paper in. I don't know who those people are, but some of us,
That would be me, by the way, if I had
some of us,
children, admittedly so.
some of us might have a filing system of giant boxes for
Oh,
every grade so far, and we're real young guys.
I think that's cute. It's also a nice little documentation to go back and look
Oh,
at stuff. I know.
yeah. Well, so that tree wouldn't work for people
Oh
who want
man,
to
that's
hide
hilarious.
ugliness that their children won't let them throw away.
The fact that she said she was allergic to Christmas ornaments might be the best white
My
lie I've ever heard.
Oh my god, my sisters and I knew too. We were all like, "Baloney. What do you do? What are you gonna say?" And, she would take it so far that she would one year, she was like, "I am not putting up a Chris." None of us lived at home. None of us. And she said, "I can't get in there. It makes me itch. If you all want a tree, put it up when you get here." So we did.
It's unreal.
Oh, mama.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and that's actually not a bad price. And I'm
No.
also the daughter of a firefighter, so I always get a fake tree. Now, Dan Tipton grew up with real trees, so the smell is very important to
Yeah.
him. So what I usually try to do is go to a Christmas tree place and get a wreath
Yes, you can still
because
smell that.
you
Hey,
can
Trader
still
Joe's
smell it.
has fresh, amazing
They do
wreaths.
smell wonderful, I get
It
it, but,
does.
I don't know, my dad is very anti-real trees.
Well, especially coming from a fireman, I'll take his heat, even
Yeah.
though I get a real tree every year.
I also feel super guilty about it. My friend Candace, she got a tree that they come pick it back up after you're
Yes,
done and they plant it. That might not be
yes.
too bad.
I know
But
they had started doing that in some states, like in Oregon, I think is where that started, and possibly Washington State.
that's
No, I
really
do think
cool.
that's brilliant
Yeah.
because
But like when they put the big trees up in what is it, in New York in the
like
ice skating,
Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller, it always makes me sad.
I know.
I get sad. That's such a huge, beautiful tree. And I'm
I
like,
know.
every year you cut down something that majestic. Literally, they're majestic. But I didn't grow up there. It's not a part of it probably feels different for someone who's emotionally attached to that
Mm.
experience.
I have to admit, I don't think I ever realized that those trees were real just because of the sheer size of them. I'm like, oh, that's that tree that they must store in a warehouse.
I think malls do that,
Hmm.
but no, that one's real.
Wow.
I don't like it.
Well, on the holiday tip,
Mhm.
gonna make this real short and sweet because
Okay.
there's a lot that could be said about some of these. But you guys, retailers, once they opened, in particular, the ones that stayed open, like drugstores and Walmarts and Targets and whatever else, they like to really push those holidays real early on you. And I don't like that. Okay. Everything in due time. Dana, this is a list of the best, worst 2020 themed Halloween costumes.
Oh.
Who came up with this list, may you ask? None other than David Moye.
Shut up!
This is a what the what?
What?
Okay. Does the thought of celebrating Halloween in a pandemic seem pretty tricky? Maybe.
First sentence, right out the gate, Moye.
First
You
sentence.
already make me mad. Stop it with your pun.
But humans are resilient creatures, okay, and can find ways to scare up fun, even if the usual costume parties and trick or treating are off the table this year. Now, if you have kids and things like that, absolutely do whatever to make it festive and fun. But you're a grown ass adult and it's just you at home or you and your partner or friend or whatever. I mean, if you want to go all out, fine. But I can assure you, I will not be dressing to the nines for Halloween this year for my husband's pleasure. Okay. Take that as you will.
Okay.
Through COVID-19, though COVID-19 remains a serious concern, we can still help you find fun in the holiday. And we promise, wear one of these costumes and you will have no problem getting people to socially distance from you. Okay. I'm just going to go through the highlights of this list. First and foremost, I think we can all agree that the sexy everything, I mean, it never should have been a thing, but it's got to go. Because you know what's not sexy, no matter how you slice it, is a plague doctor.
Shut up. That is a full-blown beak mask from the plague.
Sexy plague doctor.
That's sexy plague doctor.
Yep, almost borderline looks like a demonic version of Dattore from the Commedia dell'arte.
Yes.
She's wearing a black leather
Leotard.
hat. The hat looks like she took it from Richie Sambora on the Dead or Alive music video.
Or I would go Rubble from McDonald's Hamburglar.
Oh my God. No, you're
It's a
100% right.
Hamburglar.
She does look like the Hamburglar. And guess what also looks like the Hamburglar? Her winged cape
Yeah.
over
It's
her leotard and fishnets.
Okay. And
Okay.
the thigh-high boots so that the only part of skin that you see is crotch.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how I feel about someone dressing up like a convicted felon, but we have the Joe Exotic
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
costume with a gun holster, a turquoise lame tiger shirt, a little tiny stuffed tiger on his shoulder.
And the mullet hat. The hat probably
Mhm.
has the hair, the mullet hair.
Yes. Okay, a few more here. The Canadian and me. Oh my God. And to our listener, Rachel, who sent in the rant. Sexy Canadian Mountie. That's from the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Okay, but what is sexy about it?
I guess that it's just like tailored to her body. It's like a well-fitted costume.
He has black high heel boots on.
So stupid. And it's just so random. I'm like, now you're going for the Mounties.
It's like, dress as a sexy water bottle.
Well, you're getting warm with this list. Okay, this one is so stupid, but I am here for it. The 80s boombox. It's just a boombox that you put over your head. Dana, I think this one might make me the angriest.
Uh-oh.
This is a sexy loofah costume.
Okay, well, my sisters went to a naked bicycle marathon.
Excuse me?
A couple of years ago. It wasn't during pandemic. And they didn't want to ride their bikes naked like some people did.
No.
They dressed as loofahs and they were really cute.
Okay.
So I can't really.
I'll allow it. Now, this one, I think your eyes are going to pop out of your head because they did for me. This is called Infrared Man. You guys know what I'm talking about, like how the Predator in the movie Predator can see.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything about Infrared Man?
Oh my gosh, he has a giant dong and testes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
A suit that's color coded.
Yeah.
And he has a giant dong and testes.
Yep. It's just infrared, and boy, they sure made that thing red. Okay.
It's so red.
It's so dumb. Okay. Just a few more. Instead of hard seltzer, White Claw, they did clam seltzer. And it says white clam, spiked seawater, natural slime. No, thank you.
Literally, it's just a can.
By the way, it's a guy in a, like, if I'm going to see somebody in White Claw, I think it should be a cute young lady, not some dude who looks like Tom Cruise's stand-in from Risky Business holding an igloo cooler.
Yeah, like, just throw me in there. I don't like that.
Birthday suit. It should be called for J-Lo only. It's a completely nude, completely see-through leotard bodysuit with glitter over your nips and your nether region.
Your magic forest. But it's literally pantyhose. It's a bodysuit of pantyhose.
Yep. Okay.
Like, why wouldn't I just go and buy my own pantyhose? And cut a hole in the crotch for my head and put my arms through those legs and then put the pantyhose on regular. I've made my own bodysuit of pantyhose.
Okay, this is the last one, and you are going to freak out. And I don't know that you're going to be able to see the full magnitude of this because even this advertisement kind of blacks out the item in question. This is Boner the Caveman. Now, he has a giant bone attached to his belt, but he has something under that black square, and it says to help keep you socially distant. Do you
Wait a minute.
see what's under that black square? It's exactly what you think it is.
Well, I'm sure it's a giant penis.
Yes, it is.
And then there's a bunch of hair around there too. Fake hair.
I can't.
And he's called Boner Guy? What?
His name is Boner the Caveman. If you need a costume that also promotes social distancing, leave it to Boner the Caveman.
I can't. Oh, man. Oh, this locker room jokes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Now, There's one costume that I want you to get for Lucy because the dog wearing it looks like Lucy, and it is a werewolf that you could literally just put over her head.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know.
I love costumes that make it look like there's a little body on the front of the
Yes.
animal. Or
Yes.
Jessica, at what time did I text you the
Your
other night?
dad,
A
the
picture of
best.
my dad. So my dad loves Halloween, and he just
best.
bought his new Halloween costume. It looks like Frankenstein is carrying a baby-legged my dad.
I love it. I
It's
love it.
so
I love
cute.
it.
I love it so much. I remember when in the early years of IO West on Hollywood Boulevard, when Halloween would get crazy, I had to cocktail twice on Halloween, 2 years in a row.
Oh.
And I remember the first time I saw a girl completely naked with electrical tape over her nipples, and she had shaved and then electrical taped her nunani.
And that was it.
And that was it. And I was like, oh, we ain't in Missouri anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, my costumes are anything but sexy. Also, hey, I don't knock it. If you can't go for it, but sexy plague doctor, sorry, I'm gonna have to draw the line.
Let's please not. I mean, it's getting out of control. What we're gonna have sexy poop emojis. Last year, the most popular item for Christmas was poop. You know, there's gonna be a sexy poop girl out there this year.
You just reminded me of that dancing poo when we were at the mall, and Sonny was like, I made the cutest little poo.
Oh,
and it danced to You Can't Touch This.
Yeah. Oh, bleh.
Oh God.
Holy cow. All right. Well, before we
gross.
bounce out of corners, I have to do a mindfulness corner.
Okay.
Because you know how I have shamed people and asked, why do you need to park backwards?
Yes.
Okay, well, I follow this girl that she does a lot of like safety tips.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out there like that right now that are teaching you self-defense on TikTok and Instagram, or how to keep your home safe, things like that. And one of the things that she said was it actually is safer to park in a parking spot backwards because over 12,000 wrecks a year are caused from backing out of the parking space.
Okay.
You can just see much better and it's quicker. So I'm not saying that it's going to change me because I don't think I could do it. But anyway, there's some evidence that it might possibly be better. I disagree. Whatever. I'm trying to be mindful. Okay.
Okay.
So that's it.
I love it.
All right. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
That hurt me too. That hurt me to be maybe wrong. I'm not going to fully say wrong yet, but I wanted to be mindful.
Yes.
All right. I'm up for raves first. Yes?
Yes.
So this one, I actually had told Jessica I wanted to do this one because I think it's so beautiful. I'm going to rave this week about the flower truck in LA, the LA flower truck. You can find them at Flower Truck LA on Instagram. And I'm just going to read you a little bit about them. So I found out about them because a person that I think a mutual friend of ours, Tony Cavallero, who's a fantastic actor. If you guys aren't familiar with Righteous Gemstones, he's on that. He also played the main guy in School of Rock on Nickelodeon. Very, very talented dude. He and his wife do a lot of work with the Children's Hospital here in LA. And so he was promoting that because the flower truck here in LA is also affiliated with them. So I'm just going to read you a little bit about them.
That's awesome.
One of their early things that they did was they started, well, basically everybody knows what a food truck is, right? So I'm going to read you the story of how they got started. It's time for us to do some explaining about all this flower stuff. So this is from the people who started Flower Truck LA. Their names are Adam and Andrea. My work neighbor is a flower grower / distributor of mainly high-end roses. When the pandemic hit, all of his clients, high-end markets, not mentioning any names, canceled all of his upcoming purchase orders. He also had all of the events that were previously booked cancel. So when you're living in LA and you're doing flowers is a major business here. You're talking about studios, you're talking about the Emmys, the Golden Globes, like major things, right? So this is a huge hit to probably what is a small business? He also had all of the events that were previously booked canceled. So he was heading toward a total closure and loss of his business, which also meant a massive loss for his farm in Ecuador.
Wow.
Armed with a network of amazing people, we put the call out to the community to come out to help us support our neighbor, his family, and all of his employees. Within a few weeks, word got out that there was this amazing flower truck that was being parked outside our house every Friday, full of flowers that were coming direct from the farms at amazing prices. As this flower truck grew in popularity, we realized that maybe we had stumbled upon a really wonderful idea born out of this pandemic. Super fresh, super high quality flowers direct from the farm to vase. This coming week, we will visit 4 locations, and instead of being known as the flower truck that comes to Adam and Andrea's house, we're now at Flower Truck LA. We would so appreciate your support as we work to grow this into something special. I can promise that you won't find this quality with this much variety at these prices anywhere. So see you all this week. Now, what I want to say about that, so that's wonderful in itself, right? But
Totally.
they've partnered with Children's Hospital LA. They've also raised money for specific families. So at this point, the amount they have donated to nonprofit organizations since the start of Flower Truck LA, which is just since the pandemic,
Yep.
is $24,000.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. And the flowers are incredible. If you live anywhere near LA, every week they post where they're going to be parked. So for us, I think our closest one, Jessica, would be Sherman Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're over the hill. They're everywhere. The flowers are insane. They have have you seen the rainbow roses?
Yes.
I mean,
It's
so
so
they have
happy.
so happy. And each week you can pre-order and just pick up. So you can pre-order, and each week they have a bouquet that's dedicated to a family. So like last week's was, I took a picture of it. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. I have too many pictures in my phone. Because of our amazing customers, we were able to donate $12,000 to Children's Hospital to honor Ava. This is in loving memory of Ava Grace Liatowicz, who lost her 5-year battle with brain cancer on August 5th. We will offer the Ava Grace combo rose bunch this week. So each week they do a combo bunch of flowers.
Love
One
it.
week it was dahlias, and the dahlias were like the size of my head.
Oh
And
my
so if
God.
you buy the prearranged group of flowers that week, then more of your purchase goes to like that family and
Yeah.
in memory of that person. So anyway, that's why we're profiling a flower truck. You're probably like, Dana, why are you just talking about flowers we can't buy? But also,
I think it's awesome.
such a great idea. Like if in other cities, I'm sure many, many weddings, events and stuff have bring beauty into the streets that people can safely go grab and bring some happiness into their homes.
Absolutely. And help not have stuff literally end up in the garbage because they don't have the same supply and demand chain, right?
Yes. I mean, it's anyway, there I challenge anyone, unless you're severely allergic to flowers, like if you bring even just a couple of single stem roses into your home, it's
Yes.
happiness, right?
Or it's a lovely thing to pick up and drop off to somebody as a surprise. Talk about brightening their
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. So if you know someone that has a flower shop, or you own a flower shop, or, whatever, I mean, it's something to think about for real. Like give back to your community, keep your product going out, bring some wonderful goodness into people's homes. I just think it's beautiful.
Absolutely. I do
So
too.
again, if you live here in LA, you can find them on Instagram. They tell you everywhere they're going to be for the week. You can just go peruse all the flowers. And it's at his farms in Ecuador, right?
Yep.
I mean, we're so lucky. We get the most beautiful flowers here.
We do. And Ecuador is a magical place in itself, and they have a cloud forest.
Oh,
So,
beautiful.
yes.
But so for the Flower Truck LA, I believe it's 20% of your purchase goes to the Children's Hospital in LA,
It's
which I think is
awesome.
beautiful. So thank you, Adam and Andrea. I don't know these people. I just found them through our friend. Tony.
Yeah. But thank you for bringing it to everyone's attention. And I love, you've sent me a few times stuff with them. And I love specifically when they have their special bouquet, like you said, in honor of a person. It's just a
So beautiful.
lovely way to raise money and honor someone.
And this family, they saved their neighbor's business and his family.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to go out of business. Small businesses
It's
are hurting
incredible.
with this, I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. So anyway, that's my rave for this week. I know it's LA specific, and I'm sorry, but if you live in a place where you might be able to do something similar to that, it might be a good way to help yourself and others at the same time. I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous
Totally.
idea. gorgeous idea.
I love it.
Me too.
Okay, so for our second rave this week, this comes to us via our ladies from our pod squad from one of the two from the duo of the Welcome to the Fam podcast.
Yeah.
Tracy's daughter Ella and her friends. I think it's so cute. Her daughter Ella got into sewing a couple of years ago, and during the pandemic has been doing it with her little cousin, and they were making like scrunchies and things and whatever. And then they decided they were going to start making masks.
Yes.
So this is kind of like a two-part rave. You can find them on Facebook at Miracle Makers, and that has two S's on the end. Like if you type in the exact thing for Facebook, they're also on Instagram, Miracle Makers. They posted recently, thank you so much for your orders. Because of you and your business and the kindness and generosity, Alex Wall and Carolina Fireplace and Grill, who way more than matched our donation, we were able to donate $130 to the charity for September, a safe place who empowers girls and young women. They were so excited and appreciative, and we were so happy to be able to give back to this wonderful organization and our community. We appreciate you. Love the Miracle Makers.
Aww.
So I'm going to talk about a safe place in 1 second, but I just want to say this is one of the things that Dana and I always appreciate in people, and we both marvel at with these Terrell sisters that we've talked about on our show many times. They have had so many things
like
happen,
horrible big things
within their family, and adversity and loss. And I swear to God, I think they just get stronger each time because they come together. They have an amazing community around them. They lift up others around them. And I think that comes tenfold. I always think it's awesome when I see other friends who see that the family is in need or they're doing something and they're inspired, because these ladies all dedicate their time and are really trying to raise their children to be very conscious
They give
people.
back in so many ways, even though they have had such a horrible time. Like, they're absolutely inspiring, and every goodness that comes to them, they deserve times 20.
It's amazing. Tracy also, we've had talked about this, I think last year, which she has a class teaching children manners and etiquette and stuff like that. And she brought in her nephew with his mama, our little baker, who we all love so much. And that was to teach children that people who have any kind of disability or are in a wheelchair or maybe look different than them aren't any different. And to teach children how to interact. I mean, we could go on and on and on about this. So what I love is that her kid had this idea. She supports all of this in every way. And then the fact that they decided that they would give money to a charity every month while they're doing, for September, they chose this place. And I love, this is so Tracy. Of course, she got a local business to get in on it.
Yeah.
And she said they weigh more than masks. So these little girls sewing their little hands off with their masks. $130. That's pretty impressive for, I think they're 11 years old at most.
I think it's amazing.
I love it. So a safe place, it says, we are focused on prevention, advocacy, and restoration to assist victims of commercial sexploitation and domestic sex trafficking. We believe in providing a safe place for victims of commercial sexual exploitation. And I'm sorry, did I just repeat myself? To us, this means not only meeting the physical needs of survivors like housing and clothing, but it also means a place where girls and young women can get medical counseling, mental health services, occupational training, and more. At a safe place, we also provide training and education to our community in order to raise awareness about sex trafficking and to ensure that victims get connected to programs and people who can help them. We partner with organizations and companies in our community and build relationships with law enforcement because the work that we do is only possible with a holistic approach and a genuine understanding of the signs of sex trafficking in our city. Their vision is to create a world free from commercial exploitation and human trafficking through community partnerships, empowerment, and opportunity. Their mission is to be an empowerment organization for young women and girls focused on prevention, advocacy, and restoration to assist victims of commercial sexual exploitation and domestic sex trafficking. A Safe Place is a 501c3 organization located in Wilmington, North Carolina. So another thing that is, I think, very important to think about in this, I think a lot of us probably think, oh, sex trafficking probably that only
Doesn't
happens in LA and New York,
or in the
right? Like
movies. Yes, I was gonna say the same thing. It's a
cities
major
on the
problem.
coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's everywhere. I mean,
everywhere.
I've been in like the smallest towns around this country and been in like a bathroom and say, if you're being sexually trafficked, and I'm like, what?
There
Like
was
in
just
Utah, I was
yeah.
just shocked,
There was
right?
just a woman somewhere, I wanna say it was, like, Colorado or something, don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but literally just last week, there was a woman that was kidnapped and gonna be sold into sex slavery, and she wrote 911 on her hand when she went into like, pay for gas or something, and the guy
Oh.
saw it and called 911, and they were able
Mm-hmm.
to save her, but that stuff happens. I'm glad that
Mm-hmm.
you said that because I think we do think, "Oh, well, that's just happens to Liam Neeson's daughter in Taken."
Right?
Right? But no, it happens a
It's major.
ton. It's a major, major, major problem.
It's a worldwide issue. And also, sadly, in the United States, a lot of people are brought here from other countries for that
Mhm.
purpose, or they're
Absolutely.
tricked. It's like, oh, do you want to come to the US and work as a domestic? Is that even the right word? Did I just come out of 1950?
I'm
Do you
not
want to
sure.
work? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want
Yes.
to be a nanny, if you want to work as a housekeeper, like they
Right.
make it seem like it's a way to get into the
Mhm.
US to have a
Mhm.
better life, to make money. And that's not the case at
It's not.
all.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It's horrifying. A lot of these people maybe don't speak the language. They have no way to communicate or reach a parent, a guardian, a friend, whatever. But it
Yeah.
also happens here with young
Absolutely.
girls.
Absolutely. Over the last few years, they've been talking about how many people are disappearing from national parks. Have you heard about
Uh,
all that? And
yes,
and they do think that some of that could be people being kidnapped and sold into sex slavery.
it's so insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I love that those little girls are
I
already
know.
like, how can we help
I
other
love
women?
it.
Yeah.
It's just something amazing, and again, it just proves I don't care if this kid's raised $5 if they sold one mask and give it's like teaching your children to do something for others is to me like the most invaluable. It's right up there with kindness and compassion. It's all tied in together.
Absolutely.
But it's really good for our kids to see how important it is to be good to others and to help people who are less fortunate than us.
Absolutely. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Ella Meyer. Not
Yes.
that you're listening, you're too young, but
She's not listening. I said a lot of bad words. Oh, I've already been apologizing to my poor mama who's passed away. I don't need to
I
add
love
kids to
it.
the list.
She was totally with you today. I
Yeah,
love it.
not happy with me today.
Looks like you're gonna get a spanking.
I know, right? Jessica,
Dana,
I think that's our
I
show.
think it is.
Said I told you from the beginning, let's keep this tight. I'm tired. I gotta edit. You gotta write show notes. I was like, and now 4 hours and 62 minutes later.
Hey, it may not be going up tomorrow. Well, by the time you guys hear this, you don't know what tomorrow is. You also have no idea when we record this. This will be up when it gets up. Okay.
So Jessica, tell everybody one more time how they can get a hold of us. We love
Yes.
hearing from you guys.
Please keep it going. And man, those rants are killing us. We love it. Please find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Rants and Raves Podcast, on Twitter at raves_the, at Gmail, the Rants and Raves Podcast at gmail.com. To email us directly, you can also hit the contact button on our website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com. And thank you for real for every listener is a friend of ours. Okay. So I greatly appreciate, so does Dana, people spreading the word, even one person a week. It's just nice to hear from people. And it's like, okay, awesome.
So it's going.
It keeps the momentum going. And that's
because we all know the way the world is right now. There have been a lot of things I've dropped out of my life because just like, nope, can't.
yep.
Your messages and your laughs that you share with us and everything. People send us pictures of stuff that we've talked about on the show. Like it truly, truly, truly does help us keep going.
Yes, absolutely.
I like to end each show every week with a point to ponder. Sometimes it's something that I'm following on TikTok or Instagram, some video or show I've watched. We talked about Monsterland last week. I tried another episode. I just got depressed. So anyway, this week I'm going to share a fact with you. I like to make fun of Jessica because she's such a foodie.
Oh my God.
I am so not. And also because she knows all of these crazy words and stuff. But Jessica, you may know this. I'm curious to see. Did you know? I want you guys to think about this during the week. Just like, what are you going to do with this information? I'd like to know. Jessica, did you know that nutmeg can be fatally poisonous?
No.
I got you. I thought you would be like, yes, I knew that because I know food data.
Well, look at the look on my face. I have 2 containers of it in my spice cabinet as it is.
Alan, are you listening? Alan, are you in your car? Do not make her mad. She can kill you, and I'm going to tell her how. A little dash of nutmeg in a pumpkin pie or on your eggnog can give it some extra flavor and a lovely spicy scent. Too much nutmeg, however,
Can be toxic.
How much is too much?
get ready. 2 to 3 teaspoons of raw nutmeg can induce hallucinations, convulsions, pain, nausea, and paranoia that can last for several days. Actual fatalities are rare, but they have happened. Think about it, guys. It's nutmeg season. Don't know how much Brenda is putting in
No.
her pumpkin pie, but you bet. Be careful.
I mean, I put that much cinnamon on my yogurt in the morning. I'm really scared. That's not a lot. I thought you were going to be like, well, you have to ingest a pound of it within a 1-hour time frame. It's like a couple of teaspoons. I guarantee that's in pumpkin pie.
Yeah, and do not but you don't sit down and eat the whole pie. At least you're
I
not.
hate pumpkin pie. I'm probably good.
I'm sorry,
What?
what did you just say?
Your face. I hate pumpkin pie.
Okay, we're gonna have to end the show. We'll be back next week. You guys are listening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Jessica. I apologize. 'Tis the season for pumpkin pie. Okay. I'm not behind pumpkin frosted flakes, but when you say you hate a pumpkin pie, oh Lord have mercy. What's happening to our country? We'll be back next week, guys. Jessica, you might not hear from me.
Oh my God.